Hello and welcome to In This Week's Oban Times with me, Kathie Griffiths.
Me, Fiona Scott.
Me, Ellis Butcher.
And me, Martin Stewart.
Martin Stewart, who's standing in for Stevie today. So welcome to our podcast, Martin. I hope you've braced yourself.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
It could be a rough ride. Hang on there.
You'll be much better than that, Stevie, I'm sure of it.
Don't tell him we said that. So we've been busy again this week from our little remote locations all over the place, from Oban to Benderloch and to Seal. But we've been talking to lots of people and getting lots of great stories ready for you to read online this week and in your copy of the Oban Times. So we saw a massive turnout last week to say a very, very fond and sad farewell to a much-loved deputy head at Rockfield Primary School, Margaret Kane. We had pupils past and present and the families turning out onto the streets, holding flowers and placards, tribute placards to say goodbye. And it was just incredible and so moving to see that massive outpouring of grief on Oban. And it seems to be quite a tradition that started up again, doesn't it, with when people have passed away, because we can't go to their funerals, that people are just taken to the streets to show those respects. So it's always very, very moving. So we've got a lovely tribute piece going in this week. So have a read of that. Lots of gorgeous memories of a truly beautiful lady. Also, people wanting a little bit of peace and quiet. You might be in a very busy household, or you might be by yourself and just need that extra few moments of bliss and tranquility. You can actually go to St John's Cathedral in Oban. Now, you can't turn up in person, obviously, because the doors are shut because of COVID. But if you go online, you can find out how to do that on the Oban Times website and in the paper. You can actually click on for a few minutes of total peace and quiet, apart from a little bit of organ music at the start and finish. And just have a little bit of refuge there, really. Just enjoy that. So that's something to do. What about you, Fiona?
Well, I've been talking to the lovely Fiona Wallace from Localoped, because she's one of the voices, one of the volunteers on Argyll Talking newspapers. And because they can't operate as usual during the coronavirus, because their job depends on handling USB sticks and sending them out, she's came up with a great idea, and she's now doing it on Oban FM. You can not only can you read your Oban Times online or buy the paper, you can now listen to it on Oban FM on a Friday night and a Monday night. So if you grab a copy of the paper or have a look at our website, you can find out exactly how to do that.
There's no escaping us, is there?
No, not at all. But Kathie, I'll tell you one of the really interesting things about Fiona that I've found out, and we had a great chat about it. She used to work on Jackie magazine. You remember Jackie?
I do remember Jackie. Oh, the magazines, they were lovely. And oh boy, those picture stories. Do you remember all the models posing in dramatic,
Yeah, and it was quite racy. It was late 70s, early 80s, and they got away with quite a lot. I remember Ellis is laughing a bit. Ellis.
What did boys have? What was the boy version of Jackie?
Beano.
Says it all.
I remember my dad confiscating several Jackie magazines from my older sister. It was
censoring them. Was he censoring them?
She was censored.
I'll tell you.
I don't think he liked the problem page.
Well, it was Kathie and Claire, the problem page. I remember that, and it was all about relationships and problems, and it was quite near the bone. I mean, it could rival. What was it, Deirdre and the Sons? So that was that with Kathie. On a more serious note, I've also been speaking to the ladies at the Argyll and Bute Women's Aid, who are letting everybody know that they're very much open for business during the coronavirus. Anybody that's suffering in an abusive relationship or having problems at home, get in touch with WA, because they're doing a fantastic job out there and they can still help. You can phone them from Monday to Friday from 9 till 4:30, and their answering machine operates all the time. So if you want to get in touch with them, need to get in touch with them, please do. They're there to help. Ellis, what have you been up to?
Do you know what? I went out on Friday to see a really heartwarming volunteer effort. And the background to this is basically, what do you do if you are in the vulnerable group? If you're at risk of COVID-19, how do you get your shopping? Particularly if you haven't got any relatives living nearby. And that was what was going on at the Corran Halls on Friday. Massive volunteer effort. They opened up the halls. The halls were full of parcels of food, which 16 volunteers from across the local area had all given up their time to sort out. And it was a big tie-up between the volunteers, Argyll and Bute Council and Bidford Oban. And it was a real heartwarmer. And it's only when you see a venue the size of the Corran Halls packed with food across the floors that you realise quite how many people out there are living on their own, are vulnerable to COVID. So I went along, we got a load of photographs, spoke to a lot of the volunteers, the drivers, Andy Spence from Bidford Oban, the volunteers, and it gave me such a boost to see this kind of community activity underway. Nobody getting paid for it, really. You know, they're just doing it out of the goodness of the heart to make sure that a lot of people out there get their food. So read all about it this week.
Yeah, I saw your photographs from that, Ellis. It really was amazing to see you. Great job from everybody that helped with that, and everybody that's helping, you know, all over the place, getting this food and medical supplies to vulnerable people.
Carrying on the feel-good factor, I don't know if you two tuned in to the Oban Vision on Friday. That was a fundraiser for the Rockfield Centre to keep it ticking over during COVID. But I tuned in on Friday. There were 12 magnificent entries, absolutely incredible. One of them was Kieran Green, the councillor, with a self-penned ditty and self-sketched video, I think, as well. So do you know what? If you missed out, if you weren't there on Friday, you must go onto the Rockfield page, look up Oban Vision. I think you can still see all of the tunes, and dig into your pockets and give them a few pennies to help them keep up the good work. Strongly recommend you look at Kieran Green's. Incredible. I'm not going to spoil it. Speechless, all sorts of words come to mind. Kieran Vision. But also, I've got to give a big shout out to the winner, the first Oban Vision winner, Lucky Darcy, 9-year-old Park Primary School pupil who did a tremendous cover version of Uptown Funk Uptown. Anyone know? Anyway, I can't remember now, but it was
Uptown Funk.
Hey, you can tell I'm on trend. Do you know what? This lad has got bags and bags of talent. You know, watch this space. He's going to be incredible. He really is. So there you go. A future star from Oban. Okay, watch out on your screens.
Well done, Kieran, as well, for taking part, because if there were 12 in total, wasn't there? And I think. Yeah. The fact that 12 people have, you know, sort of pulled themselves together and you know, got some music out there during this time as well is absolutely fantastic. Well done on them for having a go.
Great community we're in. So here at the Oban Times, we always want to hear from you. You can get in touch with us on the phone 01631 568 000. Email us at editor@obantimes.co.uk. Message us on Facebook. You can also pick up your copy of the OT at supermarkets, newsagents, petrol stations. You can read all of our stories free online at the moment during this COVID crisis, or you can subscribe for 3 months for thank you, bless you, or you can
that was my husband.
Keep it, Malcolm. Keep your husband under control, Fiona. Or going back to the subscriptions, you can subscribe for 3 months for £4.80. There you go. Have a great week, folks. Bye.
Bye from me, Fiona Scott.
Goodbye from me, Ellis Butcher.
Malcolm, do you want to say goodbye, or is he gone?
He's gone.
Bye, folks.
Hey.